been discussed already. So in the data types, we have been discussed already. Primitive data types, and in the user defined data types have been discussed about class. So two things has been covered as per the data types. Okay, if you think about the data types in Java, so we covered all primitive data types. Okay, and user defined data types class, right? These two things has been covered. I wanted to introduce in today's session arrays. Okay, so what is an array, and why this array came into the picture, and what exactly array will useful for us in terms of while I'm writing the program, all these things we are going to discuss today. Okay, so what is array? Array is one of the derived data types. Okay, there are three types of data types are there, not three kinds of data types. Among them, what is array actually? Array is one of the derived data types, because enum is one more data type is there, which is called enum. So this is array. So this is the first thing. This is one of the derived data types. And why we are going to use the arrays? Okay, to solve two problems. To solve two problems. There are two problems. Okay, using normal primitive data types. If I use a primitive data type like int, byte, long, short, char, these data types are there na. Using them, if I create a variable, okay, and maintain the variables using the primitive data type, there are problems. Majorly, there are two problems are there. First problem is while we are actually using primitive data types, first problem is creating variables, creating large number of variables is very difficult actually. Using primitive data types, if I wanted to create a variable, generally if I create an integer variable, what I will do, I will just create integer a like this, or integer b like this, right? Or else I can use comma separated like integer a comma b comma c like that. Like this also we can create multiple variables. But if I want 100 variables, if I want to declare 100 variables, because of my program, sometimes what happened, I need 100 variables, I need to declare, or 1000 variables I have to declare. Then how we will do that? Using primitive data types, if I wanted to declare more large number of variables, that is very difficult, because I need to declare it each and everything using a variable name. Identifying variable name is very difficult. So if I suppose a1 a2 a3 like that I can declare, that's also difficult. Again, I have to declare one by one like that. 100 is very large, that's very difficult to declare. 1000 even large. 10,000 more difficult. So that is the first problem with the primitive type. Second problem is maintaining the variables. Second problem is maintaining or using the variables. So how to use the variable? Variable we are using for two purposes, right? Only one purpose, which is just storing some information. That's it. If a variable integer a, if I declare a is equal to 10, I will put, or somebody gives some input, I will put it there for a certain period of time. That's like just inside my program. If I wanted to just use in my program, after that variable life will be there. After that it will go. That's a temporary memory. That purpose only we are using. In that case, maintaining means what? Where and all I wanted to use a variable. For example, I have 10 variables has been declared. Okay, so those variables are declared like this: a comma b comma c comma d comma e comma like that. Okay, 10 variables has been declared. I wanted to use 9th variable of the declaration. What I have to do? I should remember the variable name and exactly I have to use. If I just confuse and use different variable, then program will going to become a problem, right? Program will behave differently, correct? That is called maintainability or usage. If I wanted to use a large number of variables, it's very difficult to maintain if the variables are declared using primitive data type. This is the two major problems in the primitive data type. Primitive data type can come all the int, float, byte, large, where all char, char, all these things I'm talking about are getting. I'm talking about everything. I'm not talking about only int or only float like that. All the primitive data types, right? So these two problems, if I wanted to solve, how easily we can solve? If I think about, there is a that two problems we identify. Now, to solve those two problems only, arrays are came into the picture. If I use array, I can declare large number of variables easily. First thing, very easily I can declare large number of variables. First problem solved. Second problem, I can easily maintain those variables as well. Are getting it or not? This is very important thing, and we need to understand that thing. That is called array, and that is called array, and that's where it is in the derived data type. One of the derived data types. Okay, you understood now? You understood now why the array came into the picture, right? Because of that reason, that two problems to solve. So we got an array. Okay. Now, how to declare an array? And the moment I declare, how the declaration will happen inside the memory. All these things we need to understand, right? I am going to show you here a primitive data type. For example, int, float, double, char, short, long, byte. These are the primitive data types. Using this primitive data type, if I create a variable, for example, int a, if I create a variable like int a semicolon, this is how we create a variable, right? This is how we can create a variable, correct? So now what I'm talking about here, I'm talking about the primitive data type. Again, I'm not started yet the derived data type. Okay, I'm now talking about the primitive data type again. Why? Because the moment I declare a variable, how the memory will be allocated. First, I need to understand that before I go into start the array. Before I wanted to go for an array, I need to understand more than some little bit about the array normal variables. Normal variable. The moment I create a primitive array, a primitive variable, a normal variable, how it will be declared, what will happen in the memory. That's what first we need to understand. Try to understand that. Later you will understand what array will do in the same time. Okay, fine. So if I declare a variable, I just declare int a. Okay, what will going to happen? Each and every data type will have a already defined memory size. Okay, defined memory size will be there. That means the moment I declare int a, for integers in Java, 4 bytes of memory will be declared. How many? 4 bytes of memory will be allocated to the variable. If I declare two variables, 4 bytes. 3 means 4 bytes. Each and every variable of integer will have 4 bytes of memory. That means you can store 4 bytes of memory only. How much you can store? 4 bytes of memory. Byte means how much? 8 bit. Byte means how much? 8 bit. That means 4 into 8 bits. Are you getting that much memory only you can store? You cannot store more than that. Okay. So then that in that case, what is the meaning? You need to understand that. I will show you that. First, you just remember all these things. For an integer, how much memory it will be? 4 bytes. Are you getting? So what will happen? The moment I create int a, okay, what will happen in the memory? This white space, for example, this box is memory, RAM memory. For example, this is RAM memory. Okay. The moment I'm in my program, I declare int a, what is going to happen? In this memory, wherever the free space is there, computer will go and allocate 4 bytes of memory. Okay. And the moment it is allocated, what will happen? That memory will have name. Name means the a, name of the variable. Okay. And then the same memory will have address. Address means some hash code, something. it will maintain some address. Okay, and this memory will be there in the memory. This is the memory, right? The white box, big box is we consider it as memory. Na? In that, this is how that will be allocated. Now you are in your program, what you will do, you just use a is equal to 10. What will happen? The 10 will be stored here. 10 will be stored in this memory. Like that, how much it will be allowed here? 4 bytes memory. How much? 4 bytes. I will going to show you what is byte. I already told you, no, 1 byte means how much? 1 byte is equal to 8 bits, right? 1 bit is equal to what? 1 bit is a binary digit. I told you already. You remember? You remember or not? I don't know. One bit means a binary digit. Binary digit. That means what? That will be 0 or 1. Binary digits means what? Binary digit means 0 or 1. You need to understand that 0 or 1. 0 or 1. This digit is called binary digit. Like this, 8 bits. If I put 8 bits side by side, like 1 1 1 1 1 1 1, like that, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 8 bits. This is called 8 bits. 1 byte. 8 bits is equal to 1 byte. This is the number, maximum number for 1 byte. Now we need what? 4 bytes. Na? 4 bytes in the sense what? 8 into 4. How many? 32. 32 bits like this if I put na 0 or 1. 32. Whatever the number comes, equivalent decimal number it can store. That's it. Equivalent. But what I am seeing is a decimal number, right? Normal 1 to 0 number, 0 to 9 numbers, decimal number system. We are not going to see the binary number. Na? Generally, we won't use the binary. Computer will use binary only. So whenever I store the number, how it will calculate like this? So that the number whatever I store, will that be within 32 bit or not? 8 by 8 byte. Within the 8 byte, I can store it or not. It will check. How it will check? It will convert that number into binary and check the bits how many it is. If that fit into that memory, it will store. Otherwise, it will crash. It will throw error. That is how it is. Okay, that's how it will be. Okay, that will always convert into binary and store everywhere. So this is how the bits and bytes and all calculated. Okay, you understood na? Just you remember that. Now we need to understand this thing. You have a variable now. Okay, and you wanted to store the data, you wanted to get the data, everything is possible. So the moment I create a variable, this is how the variable will be created in the memory. And this is a temporary memory. Whenever program is completed, that memory will be deleted. That won't be there. And once occupied, that somebody else cannot occupy that. That's how the computer will take care. If I create one more variable, it won't be there only. It will be somewhere else, wherever the free space is there. Like that. And you need to remember, a variable will have two things. One is name of the variable. One is name of the variable. Second one is address of the variable. This is very important to understand. You are getting. So this is called what? Address of the variable. Second thing what? Name of the variable. This is called name of the variable. And these both are identifications of the variables only. Okay. So because of this, using name also you can access this variable and store or retrieve whatever you can do the data, or you can use the address also and you do the same thing. You can use address and access the variable, or you can use the name and access. Both is possible. Both are the possible. That is, I will show you maybe that's and all very legacy systems are generally uses the address of the variables, which is called pointers and all. But in Java, pointers are not allowed. That's where, but inside they were all using that only. But later there are some possibility where we can access the address. Using address also we can access the variable. But for now, you just remember name will be there. Using name, I can access. Access means that's like a is equal to 10 means automatically it will use like that only. Nothing else. Accessing means I'm just using the variable. That's it. Okay. Just remember this. Now we'll come to the array. So in the array, what we do generally, the how to declare an array, first we need to understand. So to declare an array, what you do, just like this, integer array name will be there. I wanted to declare an array using integer only. That means here what is the meaning? I want some number of variables in integer only. Some 100 variables I need in integer only. 10 variables I need in integer. Some 10 variables I need in float. Some 100 variables I need in character, like that. Okay. In that case, now in my example, now I want 10 variables. I want 10 variables I wanted to declare in integer variables. Then how I will do that? I will do that in using array. You just see that now. Okay. Is equal to. Are you getting it or not? So this is how we can declare an array. So the moment you declare array like this, so what is this actually? You wanted to understand here. This is the name of the array. Okay. A is a name of array here, and this is the size of an array. So in that case, in the memory, how it will declare? It will declare like this. 10 integer means how much? For one variable, 4 bytes of memory. Na? So 4 bytes, it will declare like this. Each and every like this. You wanted to understand here one thing. Okay. How many is there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know. Okay, like this 10 variables, you just think about it. Okay. So, and the name of the array will be only one name, A only. Okay. And addresses of the variables are there. 10 addresses will be there. At the same time, you should remember again, addresses will be there, and each and every variable of an array will be allocated with the index. Okay. Index starts from 0. Index start from 0, 0, 1, 2, like that. So it will be always what? It uses the sequence. It won't lose the sequence. It will be uses the sequence, means 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay. Like that, you will have what? You will have what? How many? Up to 9 it will be there. 0 to 9. The moment I declare integer A, bracket open, is equal to new int of brackets and all, a big bracket. This is called array bracket. You should use that bracket only. You should not use method bracket. You have to use the same bracket. This is the syntax only. Okay. So whenever you declare like this, what is going to happen? It will declare 10 variables in the memory, and the array name of the array will be A only, but the indexes will be created like 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, like that, up to 9. 0 to 9. Like that, you will have 10 variables. Now I wanted to access one of the variable. How I will do that? Using index only I can do that. For example, I wanted to use the first variable of this array. I will use like this. A of 0 is equal to 10. Like this. You're getting it or not? Now what happened? So I have used now first variable, which is A of 0. I wanted to use the last variable, means what? A of 9. 9 will be the last variable. You are getting it or not? I just used the last variable, and I just allocated some number. This is the value for that variable, and this is the these both are called variable name. A of 0, A of 1, A of 2. Now first problem I told you, if I wanted to declare 10 variables, 100 variables, 1000 variables, that problem solved here or not? Easily I can solve, right? Any doubts here? Any clarification? First problem has been solved or not? I can like this, I can declare n number of variables. How many number you want, that many size, if you just keep it there, that many variables will be declared sequentially in the same data type. Like integer means integer, float means float, character means character, like that. Anything you do, it's a variable only. No? Whatever you want, you can do. Same thing. Only difference will declaration is different and usage is different. While you are using, you have to use index. You should not use A means entire array now, right? Generally, A you should not keep. You can put a meaningful name. I just given here A. లేదు ఇదే 110 వేరియబుల్స్ A of 0 is one variable, EF1 is another variable, EF2 is another variable, EF3 is another. They're all individual variables, but sequentially it has been created. So you got 10 variables at a time, 100 variables at a time. The moment you declare 100, you'll get 100 variables. Okay, this is what declaration problem solved. Now you need to remember, arrays always uses indexes. Indexes always starts from 0, ends with less than the size. That means the size is 10 I given here. Na? This is called size. What is this? This is called size of an array. Okay, this is very important. How to create how to give a size of an array. That means how many number of variables I wanted to declare. And you need to remember, array always uses only one data type. Multiple data type I cannot declare at a time. I cannot use multiple data type. Something like within 10 elements, 2 elements I want float, 3 elements I want integer, like that I cannot do. I can only do with one data type only. This is the terminology is called homogeneous. What is that? Homogeneous variables. Homogeneous means same data type. Homogeneous meaning is same data type. The terminology has been introduced. Array is a collection of homogeneous variables. That's what is the definition given. What is definition given here? Array is a collection of. Array is a collection of. Collection of means number of. It's not single variable. Na? Array is not a single variable. It's a collection of multiple variables. It says array cannot create. We can create one also, but that doesn't. Why you are creating one with array? Who will create it? You can use normal variable only. Na? So always will create multiple variables. That's where array definition will be like this. Array is a collection of homogeneous. Spelling is a problem, but you can bear with that. Homogeneous variables. Homogeneous variables in the sense what? Same data type. Homogeneous means data type. So same data type. Integer means only integer 10 variables will be created. Float means float 10 variables will be created. Character means character 10 variables will be created. Convert landa maamulu. You can convert and you do anything while you are using that. That time you will convert. You do so many things. That and all possible. I'm not talking about variables and memory locations only. I'm not talking about we cannot convert and all. It's a variable only, na? It's a normal variable, nothing else. No speciality. Normal primitive variable only. Only little bit difference is you are accessing with along with that index. That's it. Array name with index. Only that is difference. Apart from that, everything is a normal variable. Same thing. However, you declare here also the same thing. However, you use previous like normal variable like integer A, how you use integer B, how you use, like that only this also can be used. So in this type, if you see the declaration and you understand how to solve the problem of first problem which I talking about, multiple large number of variables, how I need to solve that problem. How can I declare a large number of variables? Easily we can declare here. You can declare 1000 variables. Only problem is you should understand 1000 variables will occupy 1000 number of 4 bytes. If you use integer, that means you are wasting the memory unnecessarily. You need to understand really needed only you can declare. Otherwise you should not declare, because variables always occupy memory. If you declare variable in the memory, na unnecessary if you create, what will happen? Memory will be wasted. That you need to remember. You need to understand. You need to remember that. While you really need it means definitely you can use this. How many number of variables you want, that many number you can at a time you can declare, so that all the number of variables will be declared at a time and available to you. Only you need to understand the moment you declare the name of the name of the array. You should understand where is the name of the array, and this is the name of the array. Correct? Are you getting it or not? This is the name of an array. You can